Hello, everyone. It's been a couple weeks. I think I'm planning on my head to do batches of 12 podcasts and then go into a break just to get better content and realize it. But I wanted to get back to you guys in regards to ATMIA. Looney, thank you very much. The meeting was great. Your staff was great. Everybody in there was outstanding. It was one of the big takeaways for me was seeing people and actually talking to people in the ATM industry from different markets, from Brazil, Ecuador, Europe, multiple countries in Europe, in Asia. So it's in my mind, this business is still alive. And there's a lot of hope and future for it. I think one thing that they mention a lot is that we are evolving, and how do we evolve and how do we get more creative and get a new revenue? It's a key point. But I have some takeaways that I want to share with you guys. I'll be reading from my computer as this is what we learned and what was given to us. Security went from important to non-negotiable. Physical attacks are up, especially RAM, or I think they call them DMAs, and jackpotting. So keep that in mind. I think we still see pull and grab, but we have to think about other layers of security that we have to manage, stuff that is not negotiable. One thing that was introduced to us, it was the Security Inc. that is used a lot in Europe, and how we can apply it in America. I think it's something that we can consider. GPS alarms, and there was multiple vendors that had trackers, and now there is, I would say, with DPL and the other providers, I think there were at least 3 providers that can do business with retail ATMs. And it's not as expensive as you guys might think about. Cybersecurity is now ops critical, not just IT talk. Encryptions, OS systems upgrades, and vendor patching were a recurring theme. Very simple. Keep your software up to date. Make sure that if you have some sort of remote monitoring, that if it's in an enclosed loop with the internet provider, it's way better. I think I don't know how technical I am to have an opinion on that, but I believe if we are using the internet provider from the establishment, there's more risk for an attack. But if we're using a closed loop with the wireless provider, I think the chances for internet breaches are less. Insurance on the ISO, and banks expect you to be harder on machines because of the risk loss. So that will be a hard one, because how do we prove that to insurance that it was jackpot or there was a DMA attack? But I think all that stays in the log. Compliance pressures keeps tightening up. There was no talk about NFC. I was very surprised. But I did talk to one of my providers for PAI, one of the sales guys, and he was actually just telling me, as a salesperson, I will tell you this, that within the next 6 months to 12 months, we will see NFC on retail ATMs approved for wallets on our phones, and Apple Pay and Google Pay. So hopefully by the end of the year, we're all seeing this in our ATMs. That will be a plus. I think that will increase our transaction count. That was pretty exciting, actually. AML, KYC, and transition and monitoring expected a creeping further down the operations. More talk about documentation and readiness, being able to show logs, contracts, and monitoring process quickly. Very interesting thing was cryptocurrency, Bitcoin plus ATMs. They're still alive. They believe that they're just maturing. It's a business that has matured. So I don't have a fleet of Bitcoin machines, but I service a group of Bitcoin machines here in the Colorado market. Bitcoin ATMs aren't dead, but the Wild West era is over. So I think there's more consolidation, and you see more of those merchants that are asking you or telling you, do you have a Bitcoin provider? Because this machine that I have in here, the provider stopped paying me, or I don't even know how to get a hold of them. The emphasis here was the transaction limits, stronger ID verification, and a clear consumer disclosure. So I know that there's a lot of this in the news where people are getting scammed. So it's a lot of training the merchant on letting them know, hey, if you see this, raise the flag, help your customers, because we don't want this to be a bad experience, not just for the customer, but as the merchant, because that's the point of reference when somebody goes out and gets scammed. Software and automations are quietly winning. Operators using remote monitoring, auto reconciliation, and smart cash forecasting are outperforming. AI-like tools for predicting cash outages and services calls are becoming mainstream. So make sure you're using your service provider, your processor cache predictions. And if you're not using them, if you have a tool that is way better than what we have with our processors, share it with us. And let's see if we can do a demo call that will show everybody. AI was a big thing. I think in the last day, AI was talked about in pretty much all the sessions that I was part of. So the question is, how are we using AI in our operations? How are we using AI for placement, from understanding what can we give to the customers in return for the 2x2 spot that we're given? Because I think there's a lot that we can give to them. There's a few demos there that they provided to us, and from how to make a route more optimized to how to understand traffics of people and understand if this is a good location. And I think this is very good for new operators. If you have experience in the industry, you will have an idea that placing a machine at a smoke shop might not be good, but if the smoke shop has a lot of traffic and you can actually see the walk-in traffic, you might take the chances, right? But if you're just going there because you want to place a machine, it might not be the best investment for you. Location strategies, machine count. ATM Up with Sal was very good about telling us the quality placement over the fleet size, that focus on quality, focus on contract. And this is more of what is that you want to do, because eventually your route is going to be seen as an asset. And when it's seen as an asset, you might get offers to sell your route. And sometimes having a quality asset makes your business more attractive. So keep that in mind. That way your risk is going down and the opportunity for you to have a better outcome for a sale just gets greater. Let me see here. High traffic, low risk, well lit locations outperform larger but weaker portfolios. So make sure that you have a clean ATM. Make sure that it's well lit. People can see it, and it will be more attractive to others. A contract with clear revenue share and it's an exit clause are trending. So that's what I was emphasizing, and that's what Sal with ATM Up was telling us. All there are buyers out there. There are buyers. There's a lot of money in the economy that is just sitting in with the ATM business as a consistent cash flow. It could be a good revenue source for people that want to enter into business and most likely being managed by somebody else. Let's see, interchange, and surcharge. The reality check. Continued pressures on interchange margins just decreasing, unfortunately. Operators are leaning into dynamic surcharge strategies, better merchant education, and value-based conversation instead of, I'm going to give you half of whatever the machine produces. It's not feasible to do that to the merchant, as your business is going to hurt. Industry and tone shift, collaboration, other chaos. ATM lean hard into this standardization and cooperation. I think this is very good for seasoned operators. Collaboration is very good and is very applicable to the industry. I can call any operator just to ask for a heads up. I was visiting with an operator in South Carolina that I know that if I ask him for advice, he will tell me, hey, do this, Franco, do that. And the same if I ask another operator in Pennsylvania, he would tell me, Franco, try this or try that. And he has even given me advice on entering into other lines of business that are profitable or that are complement to the ATM. So collaboration, make sure that you know that you're not lonely, but there's a group of, I think it was under 1,100 people. I think it was 1,070. And out of those, I will probably say 25% were ATM operators, just like me. From small routes to under 1,000 route or under 1,000 ATMs, and I know probably two of them that are over the 2,000 mark. And the advice will be the same. The advice will be the same from all of us. Just keep doing what you're doing and focus on better contracts and better locations. Cash is not dying. It's becoming a reality that it's not dying. There's an economy out there that depends on cash, and we did talk about the Congress is pushing, or it was presented to the Congress, the act that we talked about it with Ed. And I think this could be the year. So if this is the year, it will be exciting because we need cash in the streets. We need cash in the streets. We need cash for something as simple as giving somebody dignity, that they have something in their hand, that they can purchase something without the need of plastic. In one sentence summary, I can confidently say that ATM AI was a great investment, not just in time and in money, but it was great to visit with other operators and know that our industry is still alive. I don't know how long we have, but I think the need of cash is alive. One takeaway that was very important for me, it was one thing that Mary, the keynote speaker, told us. We have to take advantage of the trust that the public has given us through the ATMs. The ATMs are here to dispense money, and we are the only industry that trust has not been breached. If somebody goes to the ATM, they know and expect that money is going to come out. I thought that was wonderful. The message in there is trust is something that AI it's not going to be able to give to somebody, but our ATMs that are placed at a liquor store, at a convenience store, people know and expect, if I go there, this machine is going to give me my cash. So I would say, let's keep up the good work. And I want you to share, if there is any other takeaways that you had, please let us know. I'm looking forward to NAC. I was challenged to see if I could do podcast recordings at NAC, and I think it's something that I will consider. And if you want to be interview there, I think it will be great. I think you will tell us about your products and your offerings. I have lined up some good interviews that I was able to gather from the contacts that I made at ATMIA, and I'm looking forward to sharing those with you. Thank you.